Chris has this obsession for collecting vintage pieces. He calls it a hobby, but they just keep coming. We've had some pretty funny times trying to gather these, what I call rust buckets.
I know at times you think it's just all rubbish, but to me, I love it. The V-dub combi is probably the biggest hassle I had getting it out. Didn't even recognise that it was a split window combi. Trees had grown around, fences around it, and when we went to move it, the first thing we got hit with was 50 wasps come flying out and stung both of us pretty heavily, my mate more than myself.
He actually refuses to go and help anymore.
He won't help nowadays to go and get anything.
It was always a young girl's dream. I always had this ambition that I would drive the North Coast and stop at every beach in my combi van with a surfboard on the roof. And I told Chris this story once upon a time. When he did find this combi and he bought it, it was actually supposed to be a birthday surprise for me. However, that birthday was 5 years ago.
Now it's gone way past that to now to be a full-on show car. Chevs are definitely my favourite. I like the shape, the round style shape of it, especially the earlier ones. When you go out and you find the one major part of that Chev body you want, and then it's running around all the swap meets trying to collect the pieces, that's unbelievably exciting, especially when you get that last final piece to finish that job, and then you can start to get in it and start to paint it and make it look like a real car. So I had to teach myself or go to TAFE to learn just how to bead roll or to shrink and stretch, or to use the replenishing hammers, and even just far as oxy welding.
I always know that when Chris is loading the four-wheel drive and hooks up the car trailer that we're up for an adventure and we're going to be bringing back something special, I guess you'd say, to add to his collection that's already overflowing that we don't really need. When we moved into the bigger house and we built the bigger shed, I always made a bit of a rule with Chris that I didn't want anything coming into the carport. This one particular day I came home to find two cars sitting out in the carport area. At this stage, I think he thought I wasn't serious, and I listed it on eBay. And one of the boys at work found it and went straight to Chris. Of course, I took it straight down once I made my point, but since that day, he's been a little more controlled, I guess you'd say.
Man can never have a big enough shed. I bought this four-wheel drive for towing, an old Jackaroo. Decided I'll take it four-wheel drive, and I took it down the beach and got stuck, and I drove further down the beach and nearly got washed away. I made it my lifetime ambition then to learn a lot more about this four-wheel drive game. Now I own an ARB store and enjoy every part of four-wheel driving.
Chris has got a great reputation throughout Central West New South Wales, and especially in the four-wheel drive industry in ARB Dubbo. This comes from him being a perfectionist with his show cars, and he just doesn't stop until it's of perfect quality.
This is what I expect out of our own boys in the workshop with our own customers' cars. When it comes to needing a bigger shed,